Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome. Today, I've got a super exciting reading of who were you in a past life and what you may have carried over. I've got the choices of 3 piles, and I've gone ahead and pulled some oracle cards. I've only pulled a few. Don't worry, we will pull a bunch more on camera using tarot cards. But for pile 1, I've got a black tourmaline piece, And then for pile 2, I've got a sunstone. And then for pile 3, I've got a green fluorite. So, without further ado, I'll let you tap into your intuition. Remember, these are your lives. You will know which pile you're drawn to and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So just say I talk about that you were murdered by your partner, but then you know, like, no, I've never been murdered by my partner. Then you probably haven't. But the point is that you're probably murdered by someone close to you, and there is a takeaway within that trauma or energy that your soul has carried that you can further release. So, all the timestamps will be down below. There also will be chapters. I'll see you in a minute. Hi lovelies, and welcome to your reading today. For those of you who chose the black tourmaline, we will be delving into who were you in a past life and what you may have carried over from that lifetime, and some advice and some healing words. I just want to preface this reading before getting into it. A big thing about recognizing and working with past lives is it's important to, first of all, have faith and trust, but second of all, you will know if a past life resonates with you because it will bring this level of like understanding and almost like, how do I say, like it will build the image within your mind of like your soul and who it was and like how you ended up here. Because a lot of the time it will be linked to like habits, traits, traumas that you have in this lifetime. But it will also more than likely make you tear up or well up or just make you feel like, man, why do I feel like that's so true? But like, I don't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. Oh, wow. I've just got some music on in the background. I hope you don't mind. I use it to channel and just sort of tap in. Something I'm hearing for you guys that's very loud as I'm sort of tapping into your energies. I'll just move your black tourmaline over here. As you can see, it's over there. I'm going to shuffle the cards as I say this and do this. I'm fairly certain a lot of yous, or the main focus of this pile is you were in past lives a part of tribes. You were a part of medicine groups such as like Native Americans, how do I say, like Aboriginals, very like native people. This isn't a colonist, the fucking colonist. This isn't a pile where, well, you could have been Celtic, but you probably would have been a druid or a wanderer or someone like I'm seeing having like flashes of like very native people working in groups or like family dynamics. I'm also seeing that there could have been like it could have even been like you were, for example, Taiwanese native, and then you became a monk. You know what I mean? Like, it's just you were native to a land, and it was a very, like, older time where there wasn't so much connection or society. And it feels like there were towns, and you would have to travel to towns, or there would be, like, groups of your type of people around, and you'll travel to the different groups. It feels like that. This was a very spiritual lifetime I'm tapping into. It feels like you were more than likely a guide or very in tune with Earth. It feels like you're very in tune with Earth. I'm going to keep going. So I've just shuffled these cards. I'm going to just, before we get into the cards, I'm going to, yeah, okay, those are, okay, that's a lot, Spirit. I need to shuffle these again. That's a lot. For pile 1, what do we have for pile 1? Pile 1. Tap me into the collective of pile 1. So I'll move that off to the side. Those are going to be your tarot cards. I'm going to pull some more because I was going to pull a couple. I just want to pull them before getting into the messages. I guess maybe I should speed up this part. I can keep channeling. How did we die? Let's get into how we died because that will often trigger something. There could be a fear of water coming through for pile 1 because I am picking up like a huge fear of water. What else am I picking up? You could have passed over from water, and it could have also been something over the head. Like, it wasn't like you didn't know how to swim. It feels like you were hit or you got caught in a current, or it feels like you got caught up in something in this past life. Like, it was something completely to not do with you. Like, it feels like something outside of you. So, like, because the water was showing up, it could have been you could have got caught up within your emotions, and, like, it led you to speak out against something, and then someone, like, you know, took your life because you were speaking out. You know what I mean? You made people uncomfortable. I'm hearing that. You made people uncomfortable. You were someone who channeled people's, like challenge, you were channeler. You were a channeler and you were very powerful. You threatened people because you made people question things. You made people evolve and care in ways that people weren't prepared for or preferred. It's like, I said preferred. So people didn't want to look at the things that you were channeling. So from this past life, you could have carried on a lot of misunderstanding. Like you're saying things in this lifetime that people purposely misunderstand or don't want to listen to because it's too triggering or it's too harsh. Again, like I'm picking up this like medicine man, this medicine woman, this healer, very native. It's very like primal. This could have been a very like ancient past life. It could have been during Egyptian times, you know, like not in Egypt itself, but during those times of like Jerusalem, Jesus Christ, or Egypt. Like it feels like very that time era. So if you feel like you are an old soul, you probably are, because honestly, like, you've incarnated a couple times. It feels like, yeah, it feels like you've been around the block. You know what you're doing. Yeah, people didn't like that you were so outspoken. It made them uncomfortable. So I'm going to get into your cards. We'll pull this one first. Moonlight, travel, romance, potential. Oh, wow. What a beautiful scenery. You're probably, the water. The water. Yes, you're probably very connected to the moon, or maybe again that's that passing in the water. Interesting. I'm hearing this now. You're going to have a romance from this past life be with you this lifetime. You're going to have a soulmate, or a romance from that lifetime be with you this lifetime. I'm hearing that very loudly. Break the chain. Yes, you're the black sheep in the family. You're here to sort of heal all of the limitations, the restrictions, the pains of your family. I'm hearing it happened. How does that quote go? I know what the quote is because they're reminding me of it, but I don't know how it goes. It's like, it ran in my family until it ran into me. That's what I'm getting. It's like, you are here to purify and to heal your family lineage. It's like, again, there's that ancestor, that native. You are here, like, you're probably someone who dedicates themselves to healing earth and healing people's lineages. Like, your soul loves to heal people's lineages or to work with people's lineages. I feel that. And then priestess, how are you being called to step up? Yes, I told you, you were a medicine woman. You were a medicine healer. You were someone, you were the guide, you were the priestess in the village. You know, you were the monk who assisted the other monks with proverbs and understanding and introspection in challenging people's thoughts. You probably went around towns and shared your spirituality, but not in a way that felt like imposing yourself. It felt like you would question people. Like, just say someone was living unhappy and they were like, God, if I had like $1 million, I'd be so much happier. But like, you would make them question themselves in the sense that, well, actually, what you aren't craving isn't this $1 million and this happiness and all this food and luxury. What you're craving is like this stability, this foundation. You know what I mean? It's like you would make them question or to sort of become inquisitive or reflect on who they are and where they are. Oh my gosh, my throat. Soul family. Soul family, yes. You're going to be with someone this lifetime who's within your soul family. I told you. With the ancestral patterns, you are rewriting your lineage. You are the black sheep. You may deal with rejection within the family, because I'm picking that up, because you are sort of challenging them. You're making them question themselves and the things that they are used to. There's almost like you are healing their traumas, their pains. This is something you've probably done in multiple lifetimes where, like, you've dedicated yourself to the ancestry. Because it's almost like, I hear an I owe you. It's like, but you don't owe people. It's like, people owe you. It's like all these souls are coming through that, like, they're owing you this lifetime. So, like, there's this energy I'm picking up of, like, there'll be these people who come into your lives at the right time and, like, give you these words of advice or give you gifts for, like, no reason to, like, help you. And it's because they owe you. It's like their souls know that they owe you. And they might be short-lived relationships because they aren't properly a part of your, like, your blueprint or your soul family. But I am heavily picking that up that, again, this lifetime and the past lifetimes, you were an extremely spiritual being who challenged people and that made people uncomfortable. You taught people to see the romance and the potential in situations, right? You taught people to fall in love with nature and life itself. It's like, instead of people being obsessed with what they don't have, you teach them how to be obsessed with what they do have. And that's sort of maybe your what you're doing this lifetime. Like, this is very powerful. You're rewriting your future currently. You're rewriting your future currently. So we have South Node. Oh my God, yeah. Remember, reconsider. No, now is not the time. Interesting. And then we have, with the trust of a child, fun, romance, and making art. Do it dramatically. And then immediately, the first house and the fifth house, the way you project yourself and do it on your own. Let me just tap into these energies. I feel like, again, in these past lives, you dedicated yourself to this healing modality, but it's like this lifetime, it's about choosing yourself. So you've probably had a lot of challenging situations where you had to learn to choose yourself over other people. You probably had, as I like to say, and many other people within the spiritual community, I didn't come up with this phrase, the empath's initiation. It's like you had to go through extreme amounts of projections from other people, childlike behaviors where they took away from your inner child, where they hurt it, damaged it, and broke your foundations, probably from your immediate family, friends, and people around you, because you had to learn to choose yourself. There is this energy again of this lifetime you're learning to choose yourself, because in the other lifetimes you chose your other people so often that like you lost yourself. That's what I'm heavily picking up. And like this lifetime is about you learning to have joy in your own presence, you learning about yourself and who you are and who your soul is. There is this energy of always the sacrificer, right? And that's why I heard I owe you. It's like all of these souls are coming through this lifetime to be like, no, we're going to help you make sure you learn to love yourself by giving you IOUs. It's like all of these lifetimes you were dedicating yourself. It's like all of a sudden your soul realized, wait, I want to learn more about me. I've never had really a lifetime where I gave to myself. And that's what this lifetime is about. So you might be a lot more selfish this lifetime. And honestly, you're kind of here to do that. You're here to nurture your own projects and to not nurture other people's. You're sort of going to be a pioneer or like a trailblazer in the sense. I keep seeing like, so weird. In the higher realms, I say higher realms, again, there is no like higher or lower. It's just more like in the different realms, as I like to call them. Like this is the 3D. In the 4D and 5D, you just experience more unity and different levels of awareness, right? I'm seeing you in a different realm to our own where there is this unity and you are like kind of like a leader of a tribe. Like you are the leader of like a soul tribe. Like and you are the priestess who like governs their missions or like who assists them in like building their lifetimes together to prepare them to come to earth. It's like you prepare souls. I'm hearing that. You prepare souls. Like you're a powerful being. You're a channeler. I channeled that, so you're a channeler. So let's get into your tarot cards. The Tower reversed. Yes. You're undoing the pain. You're undoing the pain that has taught you limitations, that has taught you to hold yourself back, that you aren't good enough, that your ancestors and family lineage, that, again, it ran into you. It ran in your family until it ran into you. And then you said, no, I am not doing this. I am not dealing with this. This is not my path. Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yes, 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 yes. I think you have a habit of maybe giving up on your own projects or giving up on your own abilities because it's almost like it's hard for you to choose yourself and your own projects and to believe in them. But that's what you're here to do. Two of Materials and Eight of Wands. Yes, yes, yes. This lifetime, again, you're here to nurture your own projects. You're here to do your own thing. It's very, very powerful energy of like, you are here to balance and to live your own life and to choose yourself. You're here to create your own finances, because I think in these past lifetimes, because again, you were in these tribes, you were in a monastery, you were with monks, you were with these people who cared and loved you and had unity, and like, it's very different to the Western society that you're experiencing, where it's like individuality, the polarity, poverty versus extreme wealth. It's almost like you are not accustomed to this energy, and you have came here to sort of share some sort of wisdom and to create your own finances instead of sharing them, because you've never like really had your own thing. I mean, your soul wants to create its own thing because it wants to start building its individual self. This is how I see souls sort of evolve. It's like first they choose to serve other people and then they choose to serve themselves. And it doesn't have to be in that order. It can be like a flopping of going back and forth. But it's like you have to work on these energies, and that's what you come to Earth to sort of master. Alongside many other things, but this is what I'm seeing you came to Earth to sort of master. Because I'm seeing you work in like different realms and different planets. Very etherical energy, Power One. You're here to create your own projects, and once you choose yourself and your own projects, and again, you unravel this pain that your family lineage forced upon you, I feel like you've already went through the spiritual awakening and the destruction of it. I feel like you have went through the brunt of it, and it's sort of just like sifting through things and like, you've done a good job. I want to say that the past year, you've done a fucking phenomenal job. Once you start choosing your own projects, I get the feeling that they're going to take off really fast. So my Power One, to sort of round off your reading, I'm going to pull one oracle card or two from my personal deck over here. Please, 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 if you feel like this reading is resonating with you, Do feel free to leave a like, as it helps me to connect to more people like you, but it also helps people like you connect to more videos like these. So again, if you feel that empowerment, if you feel that love coming from these videos, why wouldn't you want more people to discover me? Here is your 2 cards. We have Aries reverse. Yes. You are scared to be like pushy, aggressive. You're scared to sort of choose yourself because people in your family had that energy and they were very stubborn and vain and naive and I'm hearing vanity. They cared about their image a lot. And you chose, no, I don't want to do that. And it's like, you are scared to choose yourself because you're scared you're going to become like your family. But it's like, no, you're being asked to, again, be the pioneer, to be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the version of yourself, pave the path that you want, be the version of yourself that you want to see. Because you're here to sort of push boundaries and to be rebellious. Again, the rebellious energy, you were rebellious in past lives and in the best ways possible. Again, you're being asked to take choice for yourself. And to invite in help. You don't have to do it alone, but this is for you, ultimately. This is for you. This is for you. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Wait, there's one more thing. Self-worth. Okay, something that your family instilled in you was this lack of self-worth. Sorry if that's triggering, I don't mean to. And they made you very achievement-orientated, as in if you don't have physical achievements, you're nothing, right? This isn't true. You're undoing this, and I advise you to continue to undoing this because I think that's the chapter you're up to, because you undid some different stuff and now you're up to this chapter. I hope that makes sense. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Such a powerful reading. You are such powerful souls. You are so equipped for this journey, and remember, you are the divine wisdom. You are the priestess. You have this all within you. I know you do. You don't have to do it alone because look, over here we also have soul family. You don't have to do it alone. There are people who are going to help you, but it's like you have to choose yourself. And then in choosing yourself, that's how you're going to learn to ask for help. Because it's like, you know what? I don't choose to work for other people or to live by other people. It's like, I'm choosing myself. All right, my power one. I think this is the end, finally. They kept having me go back to messages. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah. Until we meet again, bye. Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome. For those of you who chose the Sunstone, this is going to be your reading. Actually, let me just turn the music a tad. I'm going to have music in the background. It just helps me channel. If you don't like it, leave. Leave. That is weird. That's for, give me a sec. That's a channel message. So let me just break down what I was going to say. So I pre-pulled some cards, as you may know. How past life readings work is you will resonate with them on a soul level. You will just know. You will interpret the messages through tingles. I feel like you guys will interpret that. You'll get a bunch of like bodily tingles. I'm going to talk about who you were. I didn't even mention what the reading is. Oh my gosh. You are Scatterbrain Janes. My power 2. You are Scatterbrain Janes. So this is going to be a past life reading. I'm going to go into who you were and what you carried and what you're here for. Those type of energies. Very exciting. Very exciting. Something I do want to say that you are here for is to ground something in the physical. You are definitely, this lifetime, I'm talking about this one. I know that this is a past life reading. This lifetime, you are here to do some sort of project. You are here to ground something. I don't know if it's a project. It might just be like an idea. Like you're here to bring like a new way of living to the forefront of people's lives. Or you are here to like, I don't know, you're here to do something. Like have your own business, have your own thing. It might not even be business. It could just be like your way of living that you teach people, you know? It's something. It's something along those lines. I'm going to pull some tarot cards as I'm channeling, just so it saves a bit of time, so I can just pull it as we go. What else am I getting from you guys? I feel like the lifetime that I'm tapping into is like during the witch trials, like Salem, Massachusetts, like, death, yeah. No, you were probably hung with death. You were probably hung. Look at the tree. Oh, this looks like a branch to me above. It looked like a branch. Look at that. It's a fucking branch up there. You're probably, ooh. And then the trees. You were definitely, okay, I'm sorry. You were probably hung during those times or wrongfully executed. Because as we all know, not just the witches, everyone during those times, like, if you said slander and then someone took you to court for slander, like, you could be killed over that. Like, it feels like you were killed wrongfully. And there might be this, like, this anger that you harbor towards, like, how do I say, like, the judicial system. Like, you might harbor anger towards court and judges, and, like, you're like, the system doesn't fucking work, like, I hate people, I hate this whole thing. Like, it feels like there is this harboring resentment that's coming through. Let me see what else is going to come through. Yeah, because I keep seeing you in like a pagan. Like maybe you were one of the first like settlers, or you're a pagan, one of the first settlers within America. Like, because I'm seeing those hats. What are those hats? Do you know those hats that are like, I don't know how to say it, like, because I'm not American. Do you know that during the Turkey era, how they had those like little hats, those weird hats and those clog shoes and the fucking black and white pinup? Like during fucking the first settlers, I feel like you were there. I feel like you were there. And there's this anger. But let me get into your cards. Let's see what's going on. So, Goddess of Creation, Transformation, Creativity, Wholeness. Interesting. Yeah, you're here to birth something, because the Goddess of Creation, think about it. Women are our goddesses of creation. You know, not just women. Anyone, IVF, you know, that's a goddess of creation. The ability to birth and create, that is creation, the goddess of creation. You birthing an idea, that's what you're here for. You're here to be a goddess of creation. You're here to probably create something that's never been seen or has been lost. That's something I'm picking up. Loss. Oh my God. I don't see these. I turned them over at the same time as you. Pilgrim. That's the word. Pilgrim. Thank you to the anonymous bird who said that. Thank you. Loss. Yeah, no. You're here to resurrect. Resurrection. You are here to resurrect something that was lost. You're here to bring something to life that has been lost. You're my little necromancers. I believe that necromancers are the link between the physical and the spiritual world, and that they resurrect ideas. They bring something to life. And then finally, reflection, illusion, self-examination, distortion. Interesting. This lifetime and the past lifetime, yeah, no, reflection. Oh my God, illusion, self-examination, distortion. Someone distorted who you were. Someone lied about who you were, what you did. It's like someone got you killed on falsities. It's like lies probably trigger your heart so much. Lies are probably like something that makes your blood boil. Because I feel like you were betrayed through lies. I feel like this person was jealous of you in some way. Because I'm seeing the tear. It's like, I get this sad energy of like, you knew it was your time, but you didn't want it to be. And it's like, you felt robbed. You felt robbed. Tell that to the Drag Race girls. I'm joking. If you don't get that. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. The girls that get it, get it. The girls that don't. I'm sorry. You're probably a part of some sort of like secretive community or society, or like not even secret. You're just a part of something like a community. And it felt like, again, you were wrongfully like taken advantage of. And you had your like it feels like this person drove you insane. Like I'm hearing gaslighting. Like they literally made you question your reality to the point where you would second guess yourself, where you wouldn't be able to live. It feels like you were manipulated and influenced and distorted, and you had a broken sense of self. That's what I'm heavily like picking up. And there's a lot of grief and sadness that comes from like you feeling stolen from, robbed to, lied to. Like you felt like this universe didn't, I don't know, like there's this anger and harboring resentment that you've just carried into this lifetime that you probably have to work through. But and the reason you have to work through it isn't just because, oh, you have to be a nice person and work through it. No, because it's blocking your creativity. It's not allowing you to bring in this gift, because as you work through this, you're going to bring in whatever this creative thing is, and you might already be working through it. Like you might be aware that there is this like anger and this resentment that you sort of, you know what? The cards will tell me more about it. Here, let's see. Trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? Awakening in reverse. Yes, you're at the middle of an awakening. You're not at the end. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Ooh, there's a huge message here. Something that you struggle to do in your past lives is trust yourself. And it's because, you know, you go first, the universe will catch you. And if you knew you were supported, what would you do? You've carried over that trauma from that past life of you don't trust yourself. You don't believe that you are here for a purpose or that you have something unique to share. It's almost like you don't believe in your wholeness. It's like there is a part of you that doesn't feel whole, or it feels broken, but it's like you are whole. It's just your ability to tap into it and see it. I get the feeling you're in the middle of a spiritual awakening, especially with awakening in reverse. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong with it being in reverse. What it does mean, though, is that you're in the middle of it. A big thing that I want to share is that you're probably tapping into your past lives, or you're tapping into these energies, and you're probably wondering, where is it coming from? Like, why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel betrayed? Like, I haven't experienced that. You are tapping into your layers of your soul. whether or not you want to believe it, that's what you're doing, you know? Because there's always this energy of you don't believe what's happening in front of you. And it's like, I'm hearing check back in a month's time, check back in a month's time. Something I want to share. Okay. Hi, sorry, I'm back. Something I do want to share. Energetic upgrades, yeah. It's like check back in a month's time. Something I keep hearing is that the spiritual awakening that you're going through, you're not at this stage yet, but you should research more about spiritual awakenings if you want to. You know, I just felt through mine. I did not research. I just, you know, felt through mine, and then afterwards I like started looking up things. I'm like, I wish I fucking looked this up. That would have helped. There is this energy of, how do I say? You may be going through something where you've lost interest in everything, like you feel disconnected, you don't feel the love, you aren't connecting to people the same way. And something I do want to say is that, wow, you could have been someone who ran like a mafia. That's something I want to say. Because the song Ma Baker is playing, and I haven't mentioned any other songs in the piles I've done, but I'm really drawn to mention this. You may have been a leader of like a gang. Interesting. But like it could have been a good gang that helped people. Like, I don't know, you were a leader of a group that was very influential and that people feared. And that's why I think you experience this persecution energy. Something I also want to say is that you have something very special to offer, but the reason you aren't offering it is because you're scared of offering it. It's like you're scared of sharing it. You go first, the universe will catch you. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? It's like the universe is saying, you have something to share, you know what it is, you're very tapped into it, but you're scared to do it, you're scared to embark on it because it's almost like you don't feel supported, you don't think you'll be able to do it, or you don't think you're different enough, unique enough. It's this energy of being very, again, not believing in yourself. Like you have been, I don't use the term gaslight lightly, you have been gaslit. You have lost all senses of your reality, and your soul actually adopted this like energy, and you have to work on clearing it out. And you could have experienced it this lifetime. You could have, because often whenever I talk about a past life, it doesn't come up unless you've probably experienced it this lifetime. It's like you've lost all sense of self. It's like you've been broken down to be built back up into the person that people want. And it's like, no, you had a dream when you were younger. You had a dream, and you're here to live that dream. So I'm going to continue with your cards. I'm probably going to try to speed up here. Learn or teach, yes. You're here to do something for humanity. You're here to give back to humanity. The 11th house, you're here to do something that was lost. The 11th house is like the house of channeling, the house of the outer greater good. Gemini, information to explain. You're here to, oh my God, you are here to share something that has been lost. I'm not going to harp on it because Spirit's just confirming it, but cooperation to perfect decisions about resulting from the fairness shown by Libra. Like I said, this is Libra reverse. Or is it? No, it's Libra upright. You are learning to value sort of like, again, the judicial system. I think you might be here to contribute to it in some way. Like you might be here to like, you know, help prisons, or like, you know, get rid of the death penalty, or like, you know, stuff like that. You're here to make a change, or you're here to bring about some sort of information that was lost. Like something that was very barbaric or chaotic. You're here to sort of ground it and stabilize it in a better way. It's like you're here to evolve on something. You're here to teach something. You're here to sort of grow and teach some sort of growth. So I'm going to go into your tarot. So we've got Death. The Tower, yeah, you're here to fucking shake up the world. You're here to do something different. And it could be related to like spirituality or mediumship, because the Death card rules mediumship for me. The Tower rules, what sign is the Tower? I don't even know. Tarot quiz of the day, guys, for any of my tarot readers watching. Whoop, whoop. What star sign is the Tower? I know it's not Capricorn, but it gives me very Capricorn energies. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Again, with the full reverse, like you're not trusting your path. You're not trusting your uniqueness. You're not trusting your instincts. Because Leap, the universe will catch you. You go first, the universe will catch you, and the Fool are the exact same card from different decks, which is so insane. It's like, it's the same energy. It's like, you jump first and let the safety net of the universe catch you. Have your faith lead you and guide you. It's like you had your faith and your spirituality broken down at a young age, and you had it broken down in past lives. It's like you were punished. Five of Voices reversed, the Devil, Six of Material, Something I do want to say is that you may be healing a lot of your pain from the past, and you're in a very reflective energy. Again, with this spiritual awakening energy, something I want to say is that you are living in your emotional body currently. So there are multiple bodies, and you are living in your emotional body right now. The reason you're in your emotional body is because you're purging emotions. Remember how I said you might be taking on a lot of energies from your past lives, or you might be feeling a lot of pain that you just can't pinpoint in your life currently? It's like you are reflecting on your past right now. You're reflecting on the people who were in your life. And as you're doing that, you're releasing the people in the past lives who are much like them, who had a lot of the same traits, the same energies, maybe even the same soul, you know? It's like you are releasing this and you are sort of stepping forward. A big thing that I'm hearing is that you should try your best to not focus on it. Don't focus on the pain in ways that feel disempowering, because whenever the Five of Cups is reversed, it's like we're giving our past too much power. It's like your past is your past. Your past isn't your future, you know? As you walk forward, you shouldn't fear the people who were in your past. It's so much easier said than done, but that is your healing currently. It's like you're living in your emotional body and you're healing it. You are healing your past, and I just want to give you confirmation and a pat on the back, because I don't think a lot of people are. Like, you are reforming and changing your life to reflect it in a way that you want, but it's hard. It's not easy. It's a long process, and something you need to understand is that you should work on it. And I keep hearing, I know home is very unstable currently. I know home is very turbulent and unstable, or your family is very unstable and turbulent. Try your best to just observe and don't absorb. Try your best to, how do I say, like, focus on how you react, you know? Don't allow them to take you down to a level that you don't agree with, or that, you know, is very triggering. Or when they do trigger you, allow them to trigger you and then reflect on it. Don't just let them trigger you and then don't reflect on it and be like, man, fuck them, fuck, I hate them. Like, that's very disempowering. But if you need to do that, you know, sometimes it takes time. If you need to do that, do that. But what I am saying is that there are ways around it, and that I'm seeing that you're wanting to make a change. You're wanting to make a change. Five of Cups, yeah. You're in this a very emotional state right now. You're in sort of this nothingness state where everything can be, but nothing is. And I don't know how to explain that better than what I said. Everything can be. It's like your dreams can come true, but nothing is coming true, because you're sort of, again, purging those energies. You're letting go of it. You're releasing. It's very powerful. Something I also want to say is that you are letting go of being the villain. It's like people wanted to make you out to be the villain because you would choose yourself, or you would be so unique, or you would stand out, or that you would do things that was very empowering, or that you would give to people in a very empowering way. It's like you are choosing yourself, and you should continue to choose yourself, because you're undoing a lot of the addictive patterns of like listening to other people and being submissive. That's what I'm hearing, because in these past lives, you were broken down to be submissive. It's like you were tortured. That's what I'm picking up. You're here to probably give back to nature or animals or the planet Earth, or you could be going, I'm hearing you could be going like vegan or vegetarian. This is confirmation, you know. And you're discerning and healing, which is so powerful. Wow, my power twos. This is such a powerful reading. To sort of close out your reading, I'm going to pull an oracle card. If it's no problem, I am going to ask, as I'm pulling and shuffling from my own deck, if you could leave a like. It helps me connect to more people like you, and helps people like you connect to more videos like these. So if you feel like this is empowering, very loving, and, you know, amazing message that you're connecting to, I can guarantee you that there's more people like you, and, you know, you can be the change that you want to see in the world. And that's something I want to say to you, is that you can be the person that you want to be and see. You can be the person that you want to see. One more card. I want to get two for you. Yes. So we got Victory, one of my favorites. And then we've also got Third Eye Chakra in reverse. Oh, wow. So right now you could be, again, very confused, very lost, like in darkness. Like normally you could discern where you're going or feel a lot more confident about your direction. You are currently in like the void phase or in the middle of a spiritual awakening. Be patient with yourself. This could take a long time. Like mine took multiple years, and I'm still going through it. Like as I'm making this video, I'm still going through it, but I'm just coming out on the other end in a more powerful and empowering way. Something I do want to say is that the uncertainty and indecision comes from your worries and doubt, and you restricting and doubting your own self and your own path. You are overcoming this. You are on the right path. Do not doubt yourself. Something I do want to say is that you have completed a cycle, or you have done some sort of level of healing, of releasing, of letting go, of learning, that has sort of like, you're stepping through it. It's like you're overcoming. Something I want to know is that success is written in the stars for you. Like, I can't change that. No one can take that away from you. Success is for you. And it's just up to you to run that marathon, to go on that sprint. Assured outcome. Yeah, like it's assured. Your success is assured. It's just a matter of time. And I understand that time doesn't exist because I don't personally believe in it. I believe that everything is flat in the sense that everything's happening at once. Oh, I Love to Love. Oh my God, I love this song. Tina Charles. Go listen to I Love to Love by Tina Charles. Because I feel like maybe you had a past life in the 70s or you're very connected to the 70s. The 70s is a huge, important like movement or era for you. Disco. Studio 34. Stonewall. What else? New York. New York was, I feel like you might have even had a past life in New York. Yeah, wow. Do not feel discouraged. Continue on your path. It is up to you to start trusting yourself because your worry and doubt, it's like spirits not testing, but it's like these illusions, you're clouding yourself, this worry and doubt. It's like, you know. But it's maybe not time or you don't trust yourself to share. Continue feeling and letting go and purging because this is a process. It's not an overnight thing. You are so powerful. You are so strong. I'm sending you all so much love, my Power 2s. Mwah. Until we meet again. Bye. Hi, my beautiful Power 3, and welcome for those of you who chose this rainbow green, or green rainbow fluorite. I think it's called green rainbow fluorite. Welcome. Hi. Like, I'm kind of blushing. Like, I don't know. I kind of love your energy. So what we're going to do today is we're going to tap into your past lives or past life and sort of see what you've carried on, what you've shared, and sort of what healing messages want to come through. For the other piles, I said this, I pre-pulled some oracle cards, hope you don't mind. I'll pull some tarot on camera in a second as I'm sort of channeling. A big message that I do want to share as well is that you will know that this is your past life through intuition and discernment. It will feel like you know something that you just can't know. Like it will resonate, you'll get tingles, you might cry. It's like, these can be very triggering experiences, so that's just a heads up, because it's talking directly to your soul. It's talking to beyond the brain. It's something that is hard to explain. So I just want to put that out there. So as I'm pulling cards, something I do want to share is that I'm pretty sure my Power 3, you are my starseed pile. I'm hearing Pleiadians, I'm hearing Lyrans, and I'm hearing Orions. If you're wondering what starseeds are, they are sort of these beings, these extraterrestrial beings, in different dimensions above our own. Above does not mean better. Above just means that they are closer to unity versus ours, which is polarity and separation. They're only one above us, so they still have separation, individuality, but there is a lot more of them who align with the idea of unity, working together, collective consciousness, versus our world where it's like, poverty and extreme wealth. It's like the polar opposites. And that's what the 3D is for. Even though it shouldn't be lived like this, that is the experience of the 3D, is those polarities, those separations. So that might be a thing that you suffer with, is that you just don't understand how people can hate. You don't understand how people can not love and not want to share. You don't understand how people can make people feel bad, or how people can have billions of dollars and solving world hunger only takes 12.3 billion, where it takes 63 billion to feed every animal on earth. Putting in those plans, it just doesn't make sense to you. And the reason is because you come from a different realm. You come from a realm that's closer to unity versus our realm, which is polarity, polar opposites, So I'm just sort of shuffling your deck. So again, I'm going to repeat it one more time. Lyrans. I'm pretty sure the Lyrans are these lion-like beings. So if you're drawn to cats and lions, they are very lion-like. I'm hearing avian for some, so you might be drawn to birds and crows. And the reason is because you have a lot of crow and bird guides. You're connected to the natural world, but that is something that came with your starseed soul, You're sort of here for the betterment and the uplifting of the universe. You're not just here for yourself. And that doesn't mean you can't live for yourself, but what it does mean is that ultimately, whatever you're going to do to bring yourself completion and happiness, it has to give back to the outer world in some sort of way. You feel like you owe it. I don't know, I heard owe it. You feel like you owe it. So I don't know if in a past life you were maybe a dictator or someone who was very power hungry or authoritative. It just could have been that you went through a power trip and you for moments you lost yourself. Because it can happen so easily. I mean, think of all of the powerful people in power. You think that they are any different to you? Maybe you're just a stronger, more capable, loving soul. But also, you have to understand, if you were put in the same situations that they went through, maybe you'd be the same. There is this energy of not seeing difference. It's you see unity more than you see difference, and you're being encouraged to see that because it's going to bring you closer to love and it's going to bring you closer to yourself and very empowering people. I get the feeling you guys are going to have some new friends coming up this year. I don't know why. I know this is like a past life reading, but I'm getting the feeling. Okay, I just hit you guys. Sorry, you're shaking. Woo! Going on a ride. Here, let me just try to do that. Anything else you want to pop out? Thank you. Thank you. Yep. 6 of inspiration. Understood. And then that. Okay. I'm going to pull some more cards. So yeah, the Lyrans were tigers and cats, so you might be drawn to those energies. Felines. The Pleiadians are sort of this very advanced technological society, so you could work with technology in some way or like be very attracted to computers, you could play games. Because they were such an advanced technological society, the females, not females because they don't have females, it's more of like an, masculine and feminine, but the mainly feminine beings who like express femininity, which is like spirituality, the caring, the nurturing, the gathering, the connection to the self and the teaching how to connect to the self. Those were the ones who led the Pleiadians. So you could have like mad respect for like people who are feminine. You could have mad respect for trans people, and it's because you lived with those people, like those type of souls that were transcendent to the point where like they had this unconditional love and care. It's this like affectionate motherly energy that's coming through. So maybe in this past life, like you were denied a mother figure, and maybe in this lifetime you struggled with like connecting to your mum. That's sort of what I'm picking up. Because there is this mad respect for the feminine, but you also feel like the feminine failed you. Like you have this resentment or this pain to do with the feminine. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to get into your cards. It's the Navy. You know what? This pile could be my like LGBTQ plus pile. Because it's the Navy by the Village People is playing. I know it's a bit cliche, but, the Village People. Yeah, so hi, welcome my people. Resurfacing remembrance of past feelings and emotions. Attachment, interesting. I'm just going to pull out your cards. Keepers of the Earth, yeah, you are Starseeds, that's my Starseed card. Horus energy. Look, the birds! I told you, you're connected to the birds, maybe eagles as well. Because eagles are showing up. We've got all animals here. I told you, you're connected to the Mother Earth, the animals. We've got bald eagles there. Those are some type of eagles. I don't know the name. Horus energy. Protection, safety, loyalty. Yeah, you're very guided this lifetime. You're very protected. So don't worry about that. Because there's this energy of like, maybe you're worrying. Something I do want to say about your past life that's coming up. How do I say? I feel like okay, this is the thing. Your past life that you had, it wasn't on Earth. That's why I was talking about Starseeds. The last past life you had, or the one that they want to talk about that overlaps and connects to the one that you're experiencing right now, or sort of the continuation of the one that you're in now, was in the stars. It wasn't on Earth. That's why you might feel like you're a part of this world, but you're not of it. Like you watch people, you rather observe people than interact with them. It's like this like alien energy, I'm really connecting to that. Something I want to say is that you are not alone and you are never alone. It's like there is this army of people I see standing behind you. I mean, we have Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Very, very straightforward. But I do want to say with the 2 protection energies, because ancestors to me represent protection. And then we've also got Star Brothers, Horus. You've got protection on Earth from your ancestors, from Mother Gaia and the animals. But then on top of that, you've got protection and the loyalty and the love and trust of the beings from the stars. It's like, I feel like people step in. Whenever something is going too awry or too bad in your life, it's like someone steps in and saves it just before it gets too bad. That's something I'm hearing. It's like you will experience something to the point that you need to, but then as soon as you have gained the experience or the knowledge or the wisdom that you need, the universe will kick it out of your life like lickety-split, like right away. They will make sure that you don't fuck around with that shit because you're very protected. Something that's a huge thing that you struggle with this lifetime, and maybe you struggled with it in past lifetimes, because I'm seeing like this like invasion, like I'm seeing like someone invaded, like you are scared of wars or like you hate wars, like I'm seeing someone invaded you or like someone seek to harm you, and it's like you are collateral in a war. I feel like you were collateral in a war. Yeah, my body's overheating right now. That's my son. Yeah. You were a healer, you were probably like a medic, and then you were collateral in some sort of war. And a huge thing that this lifetime that you're breaking is that you will often repress and invalidate your own feelings because maybe the family did that too. And it's like, you weren't taught the proper emotional skill set, and that's sort of something you're undoing. But fear was a huge driving factor in your family. I'm seeing that in your family lineage. Like, fear is what determined people to do things. It wasn't out of love. It wasn't out of care. It wasn't out of compassion. It's like fear was the driving factor. For example, it's like you chose a stable job instead of following your heart because you feared what would happen if something went wrong, or like if it wasn't the right thing. Like fear was the driving factor, and that's a huge thing for your family. Something that you're doing is letting go of this restriction, this fear, this limitation that your family lineage has had. And that's something that you're here to do, I'm guessing, even for yourself, because I feel like you carried it from a past life. Because I'm seeing all the tangled roots around this person. And look, female figures, like just female figures everywhere. There's only one male, masculine, as they say, masculine presenting figure, sorry, that's showing up here. And even then, it looks pretty feminine. Like it's yeah. You could be very connected to Egyptian or Egyptian gods, or you could just love their lore. It's probably, no, it's not probably. It's because you were incarnated during the Egyptian times, which makes sense because a lot of starseeds are incarnated during the Egyptian times, which is why, if you didn't know, the pyramids line up to make the pattern of a motherboard, which is so insane. If you look at the pyramids from sky top down, they line up to make the exact pattern of a motherboard, and they also line up with stars. They line up with certain stars. They line up with every single star system exactly. Like, they didn't have the technology back then. That shit's crazy. And it's proven by scientists. Like, I'm not just talking out of my arse. You can go Google it. Because there's this energy of you're like, I just heard you. Like, no way, what? Like, yeah, no, if you look at the pyramids from top down, it creates the shape and exact, like, you know how motherboards have those little dots and then the square? It's like it creates the dots in the exact spot, which is so insane. It's like they were using the pyramids to communicate and to connect with higher beings. And I feel like you were there for that. You're, again, with the vines all around her, you're here to let go of your fear. It's like you're here to live a life that isn't driven by fear, because I think fear drives you. It's like, yeah, but what if this thing goes wrong? Or what if happens if I share my feelings with this person and then this thing goes wrong? It's like, who cares? Would you rather live in that fear state? Not who cares. Obviously, that comes from a place of like experience or trauma or pain. But what I am trying to share with you is that if you live by fear, you're never going to have a fulfilling life. This fear comes out of a place of limitation and protection, and it's up to you to break that. I Need a Miracle is playing by Hot Chocolate, You Sexy Thing. Not I Need a Miracle, You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate is playing. I feel like you have a crush on someone, my pile threes. I feel like you have a crush on someone. Or someone's about to come into your love life, and they're just going to be absolutely obsessed with you, and you're going to be so confused. You're going to be so, you're like, why do you like me? Like, it doesn't make, this person, they are just, powerful. Your life is a canvas, artist. Yes, you have to remember that you create your life as you want it. So if you're leading it by fear, then you're not creating your life as you want it. Something that I want to say is that you have choice. Something that you're learning and aligning yourself with is choice. So you could have been a prisoner of war, someone who lost their, freedom, because it feels like you guys lost your freedom somewhere along the way. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. Wow, you were here. Oh my God, you're here. No wonder they didn't want to tap into one past life. You've had multiple on earth that were during very powerful times. You're probably very powerful spiritual beings, or you're here for some sort of big thing. Because you were here, look, during the Egyptian times, you were here during Jesus's time. You probably knew Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. And, Jesus to me, something I want to share, I don't exactly believe in the Bible the way that it is. The way that I view Jesus is people are starting to connect the fact that Jesus might not be Jesus. It might actually be the native people telling stories about a mushroom, specifically a magic mushroom. The Holy Grail, the bringer of the dawn, like the cow manure being godly and the cows being godly. Yeah. I believe in my own interpretation of that story, but I do believe in Christ consciousness, and I do believe that, the resurrection of Jesus wasn't actually Jesus coming back alive. It's the cycle of reincarnation, or not reincarnation, but it's the cycle of life and death. It's the seasons of change. It's trying to teach people change. It's also trying to teach people that you can reinvent and recreate. I believe in my own interpretations. So it's up to you to sort of come to your own conclusions. Stop following people. Because there's this energy of like you have such unique and like out of this box ideas and energies and thoughts, but it's like easier for you to adopt other people. Remember, you create your manifestations, you create your life. Take creative accountability. Take accountability and responsibility for your life. And I don't mean that in a negative way. If that's triggering, I'm sorry. That isn't my intention. What I am trying to say is that there's a level of unawareness or unconscious not choosing. It's like you're unconsciously floating through life expecting things to happen when it's like, no, that isn't how we're meant to live. That's how society wants us to live, because that's losing freedom. That is giving control and power away to the other, outside of ourselves. And it's society functions that way because it's Western society specifically, not societies. There are a lot of functioning societies that don't have that. Let's look towards Norway, like let's look towards Denmark. Let's look towards certain sections of government. But it's still obviously not amazing, but it's better than what we're experiencing. There's this energy of like the masculine or the patriarchy has always controlled you. It's like you have always like needed to follow the male, or like you've been forced to like follow the male. So let me continue with this pick a card. Leo, leadership. Yes, you're here to lead or be something that you want to create. Diplomacy, 7th house. You might be here to share a relationship that you have with the earth. I'm hearing that. Saturn, you're here. Yes, you're here to create something new. Resurrect. You're here to create something new or to bring something from your other lives. Maybe. The creativeness of what you need to do, relationships, diplomacy, get a fair deal. The maturity that brings caution regarding limits imposed. Yes, you're undoing a lot of limits. You're healing. You're healing the father figure. Saturn is the male. Saturn is the patriarchy, the wisdom, the male. Of course, I'm not, bashing the male or the masculine, because we need that masculine energy within us. But what I am saying is that it's traumatized you. The healthy masculine hasn't been present. The abuser, the superiority complex, the controller, the dictator has always been present in your life, or there has been that energy of the male doing that, or sort of influencing your decisions through guilt and sort of manipulation. There is that energy that's been there, and that's what the corrupt male energy is to me personally. Masculine, I should say, it's not male. And regarding that, you are here to sort of bring the healthy masculine, which is, it's all about grounding wisdom, guidance, leadership, structure, like creating structure in a safe place for the feminine energies within yourself to feel safe. And I'm not even talking about other people, because your mind is jumping to like male, female together, builds a safe home. No, I'm talking about within yourself. The masculine works to create the wisdom from the emotions that the feminine within your body creates. And I see these things as feminine and masculine because one feels lighter than the other. I guess I could call it lighter and heavier energy, but I don't know. Masculine and feminine just feels easier. So let me get into your tarot cards that we pulled. I hope this is making sense so far. It's like you're here to share a relationship, or to have a relationship that's seen and watched by people. You're here to like lead people. You're here to lead people. 5 of Pentacles reversed, abandonment. 6 of Inspiration upright. 10 of Emotions reversed. 5 of Swords upright. Page of Cups reversed, and Page of Swords reversed. Okay, yeah. You could have had a lot of your emotions forced to be repressed, and you could have had like your exploration. Your exploration. You could have had your curiosity stumped and hurt and like sort of stifled as a child. And that's sort of here, coming up here, because it's something that you're overcoming, or that you're being asked to overcome. Something that you're also overcoming is that people no longer have control how you react. It's like you're learning how to sort of react and choose your own way, and you aren't allowing people to have that power over you anymore. You're choosing yourself, which is so powerful. And that's what you're sort of here to do, is to undo that pain, so that fear that guided you, and you're here to sort of explore your own path. There's something that you're interested in, but you aren't exploring it, whether it's like singing, or learning about something, or studying. It's like you aren't doing it because you're scared, or you don't want to, because it's like you feel like someone will tell you no, or that people, will make fun of you. It's like this energy of like, how do I put it into words? You don't feel supported. That's the word. You don't feel supported. Something I want to say here is that even though like your family unit may not be supporting you, or have created that foundation of support within you, you have the choice of creating those bonds, that stability within yourself. You're such a powerful being. You can step up, and you are stepping up. That's something I want to say, is that success is unavoidable for you. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen anyway. But it's up to you to sort of be ready to step into the spotlight, because I think you're sort of scared to step into the spotlight. You're scared to be seen, because you were taught that children aren't seen or heard, like you didn't have your emotions validated. You didn't have your feelings validated. You weren't encouraged. There's very much that energy I'm picking up. It's like you're here to let your inner child run rampant. I think you're accepting a lot of situations that have happened to you, and that this is just confirmation I'm hearing. And you're sort of like, you're moving on, you're doing great, but there is this energy of like creating that support within yourself and to just go after it and to not let fear rule you. Because you have trained so many lifetimes for this. This isn't your first lifetime. You know, this isn't your first desire to do what you want to do. You've done it multiple times. It's just a matter of letting yourself step up. So where are you being called to? Ask yourself, where are you being called to? Yes, throat chakra. So I'm going to pull one more card from my personal oracle deck. This is my personal oracle deck as we sort of close out this reading. So if you feel like this general reading is resonating with you, please leave a like, as it helps me connect to more people like you, but it also helps people like you connect to more readings like these. So if you feel like this is empowering, loving, and helping you, please do leave a like, because it, you know, helps. So one more card. Yeah, you have something to share, or you want to like, it's get your voice out there. It's like, get your voice out there, because you're here to do something. Honor thyself, burnout. Okay, get your voice out there, but right this second, as of viewing this reading, it might not be the day. And the reason is because you're dealing with burnout. You're dealing with learning to equip yourself and learning to unignore yourself, to sort of listen to the little triggers, the little mechanisms that guide you, to sort of listen to your bodily functions. You're sort of learning to honor yourself and to honor yourself within a space. But as you're doing that, you're releasing your throat chakra. You're learning to speak your truth. You're learning to be vulnerable. You're learning to sort of share and understand what healthy self-talk is. It's like, I feel like you talk yourself down because you've had some really shitty friends in your life. Like, you've had people who've like made you feel shit about your body. And it's like, no. I'm heavily picking that up. Winter/spring. Yeah, you're in your winter/spring phase. So it's like, spring is known as the manifestation. Manifestations coming to life. So you've probably already prayed for your manifestations, but it's sort of like you have to put into process by taking accountability, taking steps towards your manifestation. So it's like the universe wants to give you this, but first of all, you have to start by making sure that you've equipped yourself and dealing with this burnout, this energy of not wanting to do anything. Listen to your body. If your body doesn't want to do something, or it doesn't feel ready, or it doesn't feel right, and you're tired, but you keep telling yourself, no, I have to, like, you have to push through it. You have to work, like, you're not doing enough work, or you aren't good enough. You need more money. It's like, no. Help deal with and heal with your body, because that's going to empower and assist you, and then take action on this. But I'm seeing like you're coming out of winter. Like, I don't think you're in the middle of winter. It's like you're coming out of this phase, and you're still learning and loving, because again, healing isn't linear. It's, you know, a back and forth circle. But it's like you've just done a chapter. You've done an extremely empowering chapter. And you're kind of being advised to continue, and to sort of understand that you will be supported, and that your focus on like the lack of money, or the lack of money that's there, or like your you know, your poverty mindset of always focusing on the lack of, or there not being enough, or, you know, you not being good enough and being abandoned. That's sort of coming through as like, you working and healing on that is going to be extremely empowering on your path, and that's sort of where you're at. And you could have already been working on it, and you could be stepping out of it. There is this energy of like, you're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great, sweetie. I just want to say that. You're doing great, sweetie. Yeah, wow, what a powerful reading. I'm sending you all so much love, my power threes. Mwah. Until we meet again, bye.